Alright Guardians, this is our weekly solo player's guide to the Nightfall. We do this every single Tuesday and Wednesday, all 3 strikes, all 3 classes. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe now if that sounds good to you. Otherwise, this is going to be our Warlock on Insight Terminus, which is quickly becoming my least favorite strike to do. But here we go. If you're going for 100,000 points, I would bump this up actually to about... where does it go up to? It goes up to 210. I would go, I'd go at least 190, maybe 195, if not 200. Just because after you kill the boss at the very end, after you go through the whole strike, there's still about 15, 20, 30 seconds before the strike actually ends. So you're going to want as many points as possible to get you through that Oxus, what is Oxus, blah 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 stuff. So keep that in mind, and like, unless you can just go for it, which I definitely can't. This is like one of my slower Nightfalls, it seems like. So, but if you can do it, awesome. You can tone it down a little bit. But then we're going Void, Singe. We're going Heavyweight. Grenadier is also another very, very good option here. If you're going for 100,000 points, I would go maybe Extinguish and Matchgame. I was trying it with Momentum earlier, and it was just a whole lot of no. I found it actually to be a lot easier to just run and hide and wait for my health, or use the Rift to get my health back, as opposed to running around and then getting massacred. If you don't like Extinguish, I would maybe go Iron. I definitely wouldn't throw Momentum on there. I was just having a rough time at it with that one. But we have that old familiar loadout. Maybe the last time we ever used Skull of Dire Ahamkara? Probably not. It's probably still going to be decent. It's just getting a huge nerf on Tuesday, but we're getting new content, so maybe we'll get some good stuff. We also got Duke MK44, Outlaw Rampage and a minor spec. You probably recognize this one if you're not new to the channel. We also got Borealis. If you don't have Borealis, Hard Light is another valuable option, especially if you're going to run Match Game. And then we're rocking Hammerhead. I was thinking about going the Braytech Osprey, but using the Borealis over something like the Recluse, I really felt the need to have something that could just mow down waves of enemies quickly. And Hammerhead is not only void and heavy, it does just that. So that was my greatest option today. And then of course we were rocking Top Tree for maximum Skull of Dire Ahamkara usage. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and just rock this guide. Alright, so as soon as you get over here, there's going to be a Harpy. So if you got like Hard Light or Borealis on, go ahead and switch it to Arc. It'll just make this really quickly, and then we're just going to switch it right back to Void. Or if you have Recluse, just go ahead and kill something and then take out that Harpy, and then just kill everything else. Just like this. And then in the next room, there's like a total of, I want to say there's 4 total, maybe 5 Minotaurs spread throughout the room. There's also going to be a bunch of Acolytes, not Acolytes, those are Vex, Goblins. We're looking for the Goblins. And there's also 2 Harpies, one in the front right there, and then there's going to be one further back. Just kind of take your time and slowly take them out. Like I like to just use my grenade to kill that one. And then we're just going to take these Minotaurs out from a distance. And then there's one more hiding in the back. And then there's also the Harpy just behind that pillar, as you can see. So once they're all dead, we'll move on to the next little area, which is just going to be some goblins. I think it's like 2 goblins and 2 Cabal Legionnaires. So go ahead and take them out. And then in the next area, there's going to be a bunch of Legionnaires, 5 or 6 Scions, and 1 Colossus mini-boss. We're going to kill the guys in the front first, and then we are going to we either snipe the guy just to get the shield off with Borealis, or hard light if that's what you're rocking. And then we're just going to use our power ammo to finish him off really quickly, and then we just use our super to kill off what should have been the rest of the guys, but it just killed very minimal amount of ads. And then we're just going to finish off whatever that doesn't finish off, and we'll be into the next section. Alright, so once you get here, kind of stay back away from that guy, that Kargan, I guess his name is, because he will hit you with that ability that he just saw him do, and that will do a lot of damage because it is void. So just be very aware of that. And then I like to just throw my grenade there. It usually takes out most of that first wave, and then if you're not fast enough, there's a second wave, and then a third wave, and then a fourth wave, and it just kind of rotates between war beasts and gladiators and war beasts and incinerators. The incinerators have the void shield, so Hammerhead will do you amazingly. And then obviously just save your super though. So after that, we're going to get to maybe the hardest part of the strike. The boss fight's not super hard, it takes forever. But go ahead and we're just going to start killing stuff immediately. There is going to be a large number of Legionnaires, Elite Legionnaires. There's a wanted enemy, which we just, like if you've ever watched my videos, we just skip those guys. But if you want to kill them for points, go for it. That's up to you. And then once these dudes are dead, again, I would save your super probably, just because these guys are all spread out all over the place. But once you got these guys dead, go ahead and run towards to our right, to the back of the room, where Kargan is going to shut the way off, and we have to insert 2 keys. You will get a checkpoint as soon as you have to get the first key. So as soon as that thing goes up, you're safe. And unless of course you're rocking Extinguish. And then so we're just going to get that, and then we die. So it's going to reset some stuff. But what you want to do is, I like to just go over to the right hand side of the room, which is our left right now, as you see in just a second. And I like to just throw my Nova Bomb again and again until most of everything's dead, or I stop getting my super. And then we're just going to I'm just waiting here try and get as much adds into the middle area as possible. But as you can see, we died. But once you got that going for you, and you got the first key, come run it back over to where we're standing right now. And then once you have that done, come to about here. You'll see where I stop here in just a second. And we're actually just going to machine gun all the adds up here, because otherwise they are going to melt you quick. So be very careful of them. Take them out. If you have to use your super on them, use it, because you won't get another checkpoint until after you insert the second ball or the second key, whatever you want to call it. But then once you got that done, with the first wave, you're just going to come back here and do the second wave, which is pretty much the same thing, with the exception that once you kill the what is it? Not a phalanx, a centurion, the mini boss centurion that's holding the second key, you will get a mini boss spawn in that is a colossus. You can either skip him by running around the room, or you can kill him. I'm gonna leave that one up to you guys. Again, if you're going for points, you probably want to kill him. And then once you insert the second key, or before you insert that, there's going to be just the same thing. Machine gun those enemies down. Or you can do what we do in this video and plug in the key and die, which doesn't make it any faster at all, so I wouldn't recommend it, especially if you're going for 100,000 points. But once you plug it in, you will get its checkpoint. That is the second key. You'll get a checkpoint on the second key, not the first key. So just keep that in mind. You have to start over a bunch of times and keep dying after the first key. But go ahead and kill them, and then the door opens up, and you will get a busted up Minotaur and a bunch of busted up goblins. Just kill them really quick, and we will be on to the boss fight. Alright, pro tip, if you're rocking a scout rifle, shoot as many of these guys as possible, because you will get points for them. When Kargan dies, the boss, or when Kargan kills them, as you can see, you will get some points. I, for some, however reason, missed all those shots except for the one on that one Minotaur. That's pretty typical for me, I guess. You don't even have to kill them yourself, just damage them, and you'll get some extra points. And then we're just going to rock this platform until the boss comes out. Just be very careful. Throw your super if you want to. You should get it back if there's enough enemies. Or you can just throw a grenade, use your heavy ammo, whatever you want to use, until the boss comes out. Once he's out, the enemies will stop spawning in until you get them down to about 3/4 health. Or 3/4, so that first bar that he's got. And then once that's gone, you'll start getting waves of enemies, and that's when we'll start throwing our Nova Bomb again, if you have it. And then we're just going to sit up on this little raised area, you'll see here in just a second, and we're just going to power ammo down the boss until he comes and pops back up into that jar. And then the long part happens where you have to get the 3 platforms unlocked. The easiest strategy that that seems to work best for me is just go to the far right side, start doing that one until you're overrun with ads and you're not killing them fast enough or whatever, and you have to move on to another one to save your health. Go to the far left one and start doing the same thing there, and then go to the middle one and then to the right one and then back and forth. Just pick a side to start with, and then go to the opposite side and then kind of sneak around to the middle or go back to the other side. That's going to help you out the most. Like if you have Recluse, this is the best spot to use it in, especially because that thing will kill really quick. But go ahead and just get that done. And then once the boss comes out, we're going to start killing ads again. In the platform section, I should say, there's going to be gladiators and elite incinerators. Use whatever void weapon you have to take out the incinerators. That will pop their shields like instantly, and then they'll go down pretty quick after that. And then once you got that done, the boss will pop down and you'll have waves of enemies again. But once that happens, we're also going to jump back up to our little safe spot, if you want to call it that. But this time it's not going to be as safe because the boss will just run around and start shooting us again. And you definitely want to avoid the boss because they will do that kind of melee ability that he does, and that will knock the living crap out of you. So be very careful of that. Just kind of keep your distance. And then at the very end, I just super him down. So hopefully this guide helped you out. If it did, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you got any comments, questions, concerns, something you want to see in maybe next week's videos, let me know. Also, we are doing a Reckoning title guide for solo players, people who are exclusively trying to get it solo queuing or solo matchmaking in Gambit Prime. We have a series going on for that. Link in the description box down below for that as well. We're about to do another episode tomorrow or Friday, whichever one I get to first, probably tomorrow, on how to get all the Reckoning Triumphs done. We've already done how to get Massacre Medals. We got how to complete the Triumphant Collector and the Triumphant Reaper Triumphs, as well as just a basic how to get started on this. Guide just goes over how to get the Notorious armor sets and what you kind of need to know going in. So if you find that maybe useful, go ahead, check it out. I'll have one episode in there, and then that video will have all the links to the other episodes that are currently available in the description box down below. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you. Like I said at the beginning of the video, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. like the video, share it with your friends and family and whoever else you watch Destiny content with, or play Destiny with, or don't play with. And as always, stay positive, be happy, be healthy, live long and prosper, and have an awesome week.
Get away with stealing the data while we're here.
You are correct, friendly ghost. A massive buildup of energy indicates several Cabal transports are inbound to your position. You asked for it.
Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back.